Ow. Welcome in, everybody. AGL kicking it off, late, deep in the playoffs, semifinals, I believe. Nocturns taking on Lunar Abyss. And, buddy, the vibes are high here because Lunar Abyss, coming off a victory 2-1 over Dads & Co. last time? Bud?
That would be correct, and I also just started stream, so I think it just missed the entirety of that.
Ah, that's
But
fine, that's fine.
that would be correct. You have currently our last seed that actually won against our first seed Lunar Abyss here. That they had a whopping 2-0, I think it was, win against Dads & Co. there,
I believe
and
it was all three. It was a 2-1.
or 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a 2-1. It was a 2-1. And Daz and Co got sent to lower bracket here. So, I mean, that is definitely a turntable we were not expecting to see here. And so now we're going to have Lunar Abyss versus Nocturnes. Whoever does win this will be going against Black Hole, who won yesterday's game against Malevolent, which means the two teams that we had, Malevolent and Dads and Co, that were both in group stage undefeated, are going against each other as they have finally both been defeated and now are both in the lower bracket. One of them is going to go home. We won't know till tomorrow though, but stay tuned for that one. It'll be a great game here. And I think we should be getting this started up though here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah,
I
just
think both teams are
momentarily,
ready.
but the predictions going into the playoffs for this season have been Malevolent, Dads and Co. That was the two top predicted teams. We have the absolute dark horse of Lunar Abyss coming through here, hoping and praying that they can wing it the rest of the way out here. They do have Cryptid, who is now feeling 100% and ready to gun out. Now, that Dads & Co. win they had, they said Cryptid just came back from like a 10-hour flight or something. Dude was slumped. Now, Red Bull in his system, he's ready to fly. But we got to give some love over here to Nocturnes, dude. They've been kind of keeping themselves alive, fighting through. I believe we caught their game last week. They did really, really well in. Now I'm gonna make fun of their names here, of course, eventually, but that's a later story. This map poll coming out with Lair, Clubhouse, and Border is definitely gonna play into that kind of tame play style. You know, the know your role, play your pace. And I think Nocturnes may have that down packed, but Lunar does want to bring that impact force to kind of shatter defense. And I'm hoping to see some good plays like that.
Definitely, definitely. But I think these teams are ready to get into it here, so I am going to click the begin now here on this game and send us right into this for some nice map bans, which okay. So I'm thinking we're gonna probably see one of those here tonight. Now, granted, you can also see an Azami, maybe a Mira thrown into the mix early on and stuff. I've seen Mira Clash, I've seen Bandit Cade. It really just depends on how these teams play and what they want to get off the board to make their gameplay work easier.
Yeah, there's a lot of different factors leading in, but we see a Tachanka Thermite first, and I really love the Tachanka ban. He buys you so much time, has a great utility weapon in that LMG for making your lines of sight, and now Lair is a very rotate heavy style map. So, you know, clear out their ability to get through those rotates as easily. You still bring a shotgun or something, but the fire denial for those walkthrough plants, overall, just great bans. Then Ying to a zombie. Bun, I think our predictions were slightly altered for this one.
Definitely, definitely. Which, I mean, if you were here last night when I was casting, there was a bit of a difference in some of the bans that I was calling out here. Now, granted, I did at least get two right in some technicality. We had a hard breach and we had an Azami off the board. And, I mean, you have the Janka fire gone, you still have a Goyo that you could use if you really rely on that fire. Now, I will say is I'm a little bit confused on the first pick here for, I'm not even gonna question what that Fenrir is doing right now, but for our first site, we're going weapon maintenance and armory, which I don't think I've seen any team actually go to before on a first pick. or on any kind of pick on layer here. Also, Fenrir has 4 Fenrir mines up in the same spot.
I mean, that's tech right there. Oh,
Oh wait, I just realized why. Never mind.
because they know it's a free round win. They don't want to waste one of their good sites.
Yeah.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen at home who are watching, there is a e-sub on the side of Lunar Abyss, to which they all need to just throw themselves off the top of the building.
I don't see any nades here.
I'm not either. This may be a little bit of a tech issue. Something may have been miscommunicated. They were, yeah, there we go. That's what we were waiting on. So as there's an E-sub, there is a E-sub role in effect for this game, which you have to, you know, team kill your team out and lose a round in favor of the other team. It's entirely normal for right now. There we go. Round 1 going in favor of Nocturns. That's their gimme. But yeah, that's just due to the new siege, you know, being broken. You can't do bans if you do round histories. It's a big cluster that we don't want to get into. That is first pick though in favor of Cryptid.
Yep. who probably would say that he forgot apparently that they were supposed to name themselves.
Hey, they were too locked in. I understand. They were hyped up. They were ready for the game. You know, they had the battle music going. They didn't even care about what was actually going on. The drums were loud. But now we finally see an actual site setup. We got Fallacy, Vera bringing out that Mira. Thank God we have Vera on a Mira. Hopefully gonna pull up a good setup here. They are doing an extension over into the little armory room.
10 seconds to go.
As well as, I believe, a top mez hold, which top mez is definitely a one of the better spots to play for this map. It denies that whole hallway, gives your team some room to actually fall back to safety. On the attacking side, though, Wizard bringing out that blitz, hoping for a hard rush out of his team.
I will say we are gonna see from Yojin here a spawn peek with the Valkyrie here waiting very patiently for somebody to walk up.
Yojin on the spawn peak, and we got Weimer down here. Weimer playing down here in reception. DMR in hand. Cryptid's already deep security.
Which, actually, speaking of, I mean, Ymir could have gotten a kill there if he had played that differently.
Hey, Ymir still has some opportunity for this, but he does drop the roam down. I'm intentionally messing his name up now because he said about it, by the way.
I figured so.
Mako, aka Mako, playing up aggressive through the R6 hall. He's got two dudes out there, smoke popped in hand, shoddy at the ready. These attackers decide, hey, you know, we don't need to be as aggressive here and push this. Vin's still gonna go up, just make a little bit of noise, give his team some ability to pressure around and start movement. There has yet to be anybody even make an aggression move towards the upstairs. Hopefully, though, Zern will get those Grimpies, and there's the ping out onto Vera. That's what they need to start a push, but still nobody taking that bait and going for it. Smoke in for a haul now. Gonna give Blitz a easy jump through. C4 out, misses there from Ymir. Blitz now has some control of the bathroom side, but they got full holes to cover him. The Mira's getting rushed in by Blitz. Blitz shut down by Scorpion with the TCSG. Vindigo down to Ymir. Suddenly, this push has faltered. Zivin down. Cryptid finding one from the hatch. Bodies are falling on the side of Lunar Abyss. Nocturns are making a statement hold out of this one so far. Sate slow walking himself through the hallway. Watch knows there's one on his side, but doesn't know about Yojin, who is waiting behind. Drop the hatch straight for Cryptid. Double pick as Nocturns now puts us up 2-0. Making it look easy, man.
Yep, and I mean, definitely a great round there from the side of Nocturns for their first actual round playing here tonight. And going into it, I mean, you know, we expected that Mira to possibly get taken down. Now, the smoke can only do too much as spray through it could possibly still get that kill, which I think is what we saw there from the teammate there protecting that Mira. And I mean, it was a lot of crosses that we saw there, and protection just from all of these players on Nocturn's side, really playing to keep these players alive as best they can. You know, swinging into sight there from the state without fully knowing where people were, which put him in a situation between two players. And overall, just didn't work out too well for him here. Now, again, though, this is a layer, and I hate to say it, I've seen layer go a lot more defense-sided sometimes for certain teams than attack-sided.
Yeah, it does tend to go very, very into the defense. Now, I'm not going to say too much about that because we have seen a lot of upsets in the past, but the way that Nocturns tends to gun out, especially when they can get that early pressure up for themselves, plays out very well. However, we do see the soft breaches now coming in here to the missile room. Ymir has to make us rotate back down to safety. They are collapsing hard onto Vera. Cryptid first pick up. Going in there, the Deimos is pushing deep. Now Ymir running out, gives them a noise cue, a little bit of visuals that, hey, there's somebody out here pushing up. Drone goes, Ymir goes down to Cryptid, who picks himself up a double kill. Now, talking to Lunar before this game, they said Cryptid is their big impact player. He's going to be the one to go out, make noise for this team, and make big plays. Scan coming out from Deimos, that's on the Scorpion. They know where your Valkyrie is at, but not able to hit her from above. She backs herself off. I mean, she knows where Cryptid is, just doesn't want to really play with him right now. Vin upstairs, going around for these Rams, instead walks himself straight into Yojin. Easy pick up there for the Solus, but 3v4 situation, they do have full downstairs control. Doesn't matter much as the vertical defense is coming in big here. As long as Scorpion's able to keep his body present down here in the lab side, make some noise, maybe get a pick or two, this could work out very well in their favor. Down will go Cryptid. The execute is moving forward. We hear the smokes going off. A hot drop from Mako. Come over and help his teammate. An impact to the face of Seda. Seda going down. Yojin up above. Finds another one as he's up to a 3K. Wizard letting rounds fly up. Yojin spraying back down for him. Shots trading back and forth. And now we're going to watch Nocturns close in like a shark. And that's another round in their favor. I'm telling you, this defense looking a little one-sided so far.
Yep, and now up 3-0 here. Lunar has to figure out something to work around this, some way to bring them up to either a 2-4 split or a 3-3 here, which I hate to say at this point, unless there is an absolute miracle from Cryptid, I don't know if they're going to be able to bring this up to a 3-3 split. We might see a 5-1 or a 4-2 though, more likely. I'm really hoping we don't see a 6-0 though.
Well, Lunar does make a good call getting that Mira off board, but in exchange, I mean, the Grim goes to pretty much operators. I don't want to say play a similar role to one another, but they are very heavy to the intel to their team. Coming back into this mid floor now for Bunk's side. Let's see what Nocturne's able to cook up here. A bit more vertical play at least.
I mean, we definitely are seeing a heavy vertical setup going out here, and I mean, if you're able to hold this top floor site, master office, and R6 room, you should be able to do any site below it with that verticality. You see it for most maps that have a site like that, you know, going even back to, you know, Chalet and stuff. If you can hold that top floor master bedroom and office, then you can pretty much hold down a kitchen and dining. And so, I mean, definitely we're going to see a lot of upstairs presence. I'm not really surprised by that whatsoever. What I am surprised by, though, is that we have really nobody even on site here, which means a quick rush to site, and now you're fighting for control of your own site, and fighting for control of a round that you should have had no issue with, really.
Well, the fight for control, though, when you have the verticality, is usually way easier. Cryptid, though, already in security, looking to make this play forward. He is going to be battling it out against Scorpion, who's down here peeking the feet holes, but ooh, Scorpion's not going to fall for that bait there. If Cryptid's able to get this pick, it's a massive thing for his team. But they are so focused on getting everybody in upstairs, they don't have anybody to help pressure with Cryptid. There is a pick, though, up on the Ymir. And now Solid Snake making the play forward. They have phone calls out, too. Tubrow letting rounds fly, but not able to... Ooh, good trade, some damage there. Cryptid getting a hit, but not taken down Vera yet. There's a good swing and a shot from Vera to drop Cryptid. Suddenly, your impact player is off the board. The only player, by the way, on Lunar Abyss with any kills. Wall going to be coming open. Distance for Vera as the DMR is just perfect at this range. Down will fall Vin. They do have some more players up here, though, as both Zivin and Wizard go for the swing. Vera to find another one, though. Swinging around that DMR at this range, at this angle, is just not a very clean fight that you want to take. Giving him two. He wants to find the rest. He's on pace for the ace. Does get the revive off for Vin, though. Oh, man, that shuts him down just a little bit. Repeated swinging from this team. There's Vera with another 3K up on board. Wizard and Vin now left all alone. Man, where's the rest of the team when you need them? Well, off the board. Swing cross from Vera, not able to find another one yet. We do have Mako no, that was Yojin and Mako swinging for Wizard. That'll be a pick away. And Vin gonna find Yojin, the first player now on Lunar, who isn't Cryptid, to get himself a kill. Swing over from Vera. Vin laying damage, not taking him down. Mako close shotgun, holding, waiting. Vin not making that play forward yet, and it's a smart idea not to. That shotgun hurts. Looking to see if he can find an angle over here onto Vera. They know where the other one is at. And Vera just gonna spray him down. What, a 4K that round for him? Wow, what a way to kick off your opening kills.
Definitely, and that will secure Nocturns now in that position of a 4-2 split here, looking ever so close to a 5-1 here, and this is not looking too great here as we go into this next round here. Again, like I said, you know, as you said with Cryptid, you know, he's kind of their heavy hitter here, but I mean, he's the only one on the board right now going positive, and Vin's the only one with an actual kill on the board outside of the rest of them here. And that's going to be a hard thing to deal with for these rounds here. I mean, you need to make a miracle out of something, and you can't have a person just doing miracle plays every single round here. It just doesn't really work out that well. Typically, somebody's going to end up getting knocked out.
Oh, Mako's still without a death on board, mind you. Yet to find any kills either. I think he's just kind of been there like chill back, relax guy. As much as I hate to say it, because I hate to see it, I'm predicting a 6-0 now in favor of Nocturns. I may have just Caster's cursed them, but the way that they've been gunning out on these rounds, the way that they've been shutting down this Lunar Abyss team, a 6-0 is perfectly healthy and on the board still.
And 2 spawn peaks here. Neither though coming out with anything though, and now Solid Snake's below, and Ymir might have trouble here.
Maybe just a bit, and there's Yojin jumping out for Vin, dropping their hard breacher off. We see Cryptid now go down to Ymir as well. Man. 2 very, very good opening picks. Wizard does have some top mez control here with that Monty, but we hear the C4 rip from Ymir to shut him down. Into a 2v5 to start. Zevran going downstairs, looking to maybe make a hero play for his team, or at least shut down this guy who's been downstairs being an annoyance so far. Sate looking for a long angle battle here. Yojin knows he has advantage walking up. Ymir letting it slam Scorpion from above. Flawless defense out of Nocturns.
And now we're in a 5-0 situation here, and I think you may have actually cursed Lunar here, as we are going to see a timeout coming out, which I think means that we'll be hopping over calls if you got permission.
Yeah, I have permission from Lunar Abyss. We're going to go sit in for their tac timeout, guys. Let me mute my mic real quick.
And then, you know, Crypt does what he's got to do, and then we're just not following up after it. Go back to the basics. Our comms need to be fucking efficient. We are fucking lacking. This is a familiar sight. We're used to going down, right? We're down 0-5. We did the same thing against Dads and Co. So let's fucking straighten it up. Let's come into the next couple rounds with a fucking game plan and let's stick to it. Say, Zivin, Vin, call shit out. Like, speak up. Let's get some fucking motion, right? Let's get some fucking energy and let's fucking turn this game around.
There's 15 deaths across 3 players, yo.
No,
Well,
wait, guys,
it's for
guys.
teammates. So you still
Yo,
gotta
Four,
say-
what's up,
Four?
Let's go.
What's
how'd
going on,
they make
Four?
playoffs? How'd they make
Okay.
playoffs, by the way?
Well,
I think
two
my audio is just
entirely
scuffed
different
on my
mentalities
end.
between those teams. I mean, Mako's squad is over here just laughing, having a blast, having a good time, joking with one another, and it was a very, very hopefully impactful attack timeout from Lunar.
Yep. And I am gonna see that my audio isn't showing up on this side for mine, so mine has just been dead silent on my end. I need to figure out why my mic is not showing up here. That's a great
Oh, your mic
question.
isn't showing?
Not on my end, no. On my Streamlabs, no. My Streamlabs is saying to get screwed. Well, y'all are gonna lose audio for like 2 seconds as I reset my headset. I'm sorry.
10 seconds left.
All right, while she does that, we're going to look at this basement defensive setup.
5 seconds left.
Of course, they will rotate holes, but with Nocturns feeling that pride in their step, they're going to be coming upstairs for a very heavy roamer presence. I believe it's a 4-man roam. Spawn peaks central everywhere, but none of those quite landing yet. As I say that, we now see everybody falling back to a little bit more defensible positions. We do have Vera and Scorpion saying, hey, dude, they hard pushed this warehouse side, whatever you want to call it. This is warehouse. And, you know, it's been very typical of them. Cryptid getting first pick there by Ymir, but Zivin able to pick up his first kill, shutting down one of their better players. Goodbye, Ymir. But they did lose Cryptid in that battle. Now that's your Deimos gone. Heavy utility instead exchanged out for just a pick onto a Goyo. Wizard trying to make his way through the range here, right in behind Eugen. And, oh, Eugen saying, hey, I know you're there now. I seen your drone. I heard you set up. Backs off and waits. Now we do hear Zivin starting to rip those rams across. Sate and all of them have control of the bunk side of this map. But they got to start moving over. Mako, Eugen still up on that vertical. I'm surprised Scorpion hasn't walked up to join him yet. Eugen eats a ton of damage, but still remains up and standing. Going back to some relative safety, Mako gets himself a great swing for his first kill. Still, again, deathless. That's due to change as he's being swung on those blue side stairs, but gets away, escaping with his life. Fire pipe is popped, and please, Mako, jump through there and let that pipe burn ya. I would be in tears laughing. Eugen also drops himself back down to safety. And now full vertical control for the Lunar side. They did make some good comms. They made some okay adjustments in that little tack timeout. They're executing a little bit better, but they are just losing out on a couple of these gunfights. We do see Sato give Mako his first death. And down goes your kind of bunkered out player. And they're not able to make that filter jump through yet. It wasn't made. Grenade going deep now. Not able to find, I believe that's Eugen back there chilling in stock side. They do pop a Goyo right on Sate's head. That'll shut him down for a little bit. Wizard still has all his utility in pocket, looking to use that and maybe try and burn Eugen out. And that's what they need to do. They need to get him out of position and start making some moves forward to secure this basement. Still, though, not happening. They're waiting. They're pausing. There's 20 seconds on board, and they need to make a play forward. Sate gonna push drone in. That will spot out one. May have just seen the vigil as well. Eugen on the walk up, eats some of the fire, goes through, goes deep for sight. Catches Wizard as he drops. Shotgun out. That's your diffuser laying there. Face checking himself into Vin as we see Eugen pick up 3 in quick succession downstairs, giving us a 6-0 half in the favor of Nocturns.
And
Man.
while this is going on, I have restarted my headset, but my mic is still not showing up in OBS. So
You may
or
have to go
Streamlabs,
into
so we're gonna-
OBS and make sure you have your mic actually set up as the piece picking the audio, because it is working on my end.
Well, yeah, no, I have it, So the mic and stuff, when I look for properties, it's like, nah, it's not there. It doesn't exist. So
Alright,
I
I
just
can
closed
send you a
Streamlabs.
link. Oh.
I just closed Streamlabs. It's okay. I'm just gonna restart it. Hopefully it'll fix it.
I'll say if you need to, you can use,
Which
I believe it's this link? No.
means that I did say that I'm gonna have to restart stream, so people are aware of that. I need you to speak real quick though.
I'm right here. If you need to, you can use that link right there. Put that
Alright,
into your
mine is
browser source, and it will have your mic.
mine is good. I
Alright.
fixed it. And we're back up and live again. Yay!
Alrighty. Tachanka and Tuberal, Thermite and Ying. Good ban board so far. I mean, pretty much not matching the last one, but definitely a good starting point. Let's see what Nocturns can do on their attack, because we have yet to see an attack round actually go anybody's way for this map.
Swapping mags!
I want to see this Denari setup.
Yeah. I am curious, because Denarius definitely have been very interesting to see here. Also, I need to go and fiddle with something real quick as well while we're getting into this here. But definitely some interesting bans coming out here. Again, we see the Thermite ban and the Ying, and then a Tachanka and Tuberal, which leaves the Azami and Mira on the board, which I would figure you'd want to get rid of at least one of them here. Because, you know, both on the board, a little bit rough to deal with. Especially if they're played well here.
I mean, I like the two-brow ban, though. It makes it a little bit safer, easier to get walls. Couple that in with the fact that he's got an absolute game wrecker of a DMR, plus a C4 in pocket. Two-brow's a solid ban. Cryptid, though, out on a roam, hidden, tucked reception side. He's got Scorpion right outside his door. No movements made from either one to clear, but Sate is coming down main stairs to help cover. Looking for drones, not able to catch that one out. Scorpion now pushing drone through, but still no movement from this attacking team to start making plays forward. By now, Cryptid would have already been chilling outside a site door.
Also, I have joined the collaboration thing if you want to get the shared chat there, so that was what I was working on in the background.
Got it. So, Cryptid has his roam going. I want to see what he's able to find. Because right now he hasn't seen too much, but he does have an angle straight over. I believe that's onto Ymir. Round spraying, but neither one hitting. Mako's going to opening pick up onto Satan. Down goes your good Azami. Now, I mean, she really hurts to lose early on in a round because she doesn't have time to build all of her gadgets up and place them. And walls are already being breached now for Vera. Cryptid to find Ymir downstairs, though. C4 is in pocket for him. That's at least a plant denial for a little bit, or maybe even a good, you know, pick upstairs to help your boys out. Because this push has stalled from Nocturns. They are not able to find too much to move forward with. Yojin is going in, though, through the R6 hall. I mean, it's going to be a smoke. He's got a battle, but still a doable fight. Cryptid with the C4 below, finding Mako. Now down goes your Thatcher. But Cryptid's going to get gunned down by Scorpion. As he comes up to what he thinks was safety in top Mez, instead is met with an AR. 3v3 situation. The push is commencing. Vera goes in, finds Wizard up to 5-1 now as he shuts down their Mira. Zivin will get dropped to Yojin. It's now up to Vin to clutch this one out. He is standing in the Grimbees. Has a Mira for safety. The shotgun out from Scorpion. Lands the kill as Nocturnes go 7-0 on map 1. Wow. That's a start to a round as Yojin goes 12-2. I really was not expecting that of all things tonight to start.
Yeah, I mean, definitely was not expecting to see a 7-0 here, and let's hope that it's just a warm-up game getting into it here. And luckily, stream stuff is fixed and stuff on that side, so we should be good. We are going to see a few of these players that are going to be hopping out of here, so I'm going to get these match options set up as we do go to Clubhouse next. And then, I think we'll be taking about probably a 5-minute break or so for these players to get some water, whatever they need to do, and that gives me some time to set things up and for us to yap. And yeah.
Yeah, I know Ymir and Yojin are definitely gonna have to go find their Advil after putting the team on their back and just walking an easy win. Cryptid, like, I know this has to be a tack timeout for Lunar. Just give them a couple minutes, get everything straightened out. I believe they are pulling a different sub in now to replace the guy they had in there. And I believe, doesn't Lunar also get another round to start for Clubhouse? Okay, she may have went to go get some water. So,
oh no, I'm sorry. I was typing. I can't type and talk at the same time.
Oh,
If the E sub is used, then yes, they will still get a round.
well, speaking of going and getting some water, we will be right back on at least my stream. I think Bun will still be here, but I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. See you in a minute.
Going into it, like I said though, is the loser from this bracket is gonna be playing on Monday against Fortnite Jam Jams, and that will be our second game where we will see another team sadly go home here, whether that will be Fortnite Jam Jams or the other team they're going against, and sadly we will see either Dads and Co or Malevolent going home here, which Malevolent is a past winner of AGL. So it's a little bit interesting to see that they're in lower bracket already, and now everything is on the line here. They have to make something work here. Same for Dads and Co, though, like I said. And Black Hole continuing to push forward here currently in these upper bracket playoff matches and just fry through these opponents here. They have also won a previous game here in AGL or previous season. Speaking of, actually, I think that would be last season if I get that correctly for information side, is that they did win last season in AGL against Malevolent here. So, you know, last night was a nice little fun rematch in a sense. And yeah. So, you know, could Black Hole do it again? Could they win again now back to back for 2 seasons? It's really going to come up to, I think, these lower bracket games. Who comes through here? And again, Dads and Co was undefeated. Black Hole, the only team in group stage to actually get a round or a map on them, while Lunar was able to get a full game over them. 2-1 win over Dads and Co here. And I mean, that is huge to get started into here. And we do have Lunar, which is starting on the defense, so I do have that correct there, as we are apparently going to get invaded by Cryptid from the looks of it in the lovely little caster booth here. And I am gonna finish getting things set up. We have who's Club Defense OT, and that is for the side of Nocturns. So orange starts on attack. Okay, settings are all ready, and all of that's good to go.
what?
I
No
guess we're
way.
being invaded by Cryptid here.
Oh, we are?
Yes, Cryptid. Oh well, never mind. He
Ah,
had
he doesn't want
invaded.
to join as a caster?
Yeah, he had invaded the cast, the spectators area and stuff. So with Wizard in here, again, this will be a round, so I'm gonna say,
What are you thinking?
I'm just putting a reminder to our Lunar Abyss side to make sure that they all bring C4s and C4 themselves first round. So hopefully they won't forget here. And then I do have a question that I have to DM you for something, if you're up
Alright.
for it, which will mean that we might have a nice little back-to-back.
I like where that's going, and probably. Let's see. Is that Joel in the background? No, sir. That is a swordfish. He's just chilling. Oh, hey, Ariksha's here as well. Toxic, Ariksha, the lads. There's no fighting. Calm down, guys. I'm so just locked in on this game, dude. Nocturns has put up an absolute insane display off that last map. I mean, they went hard. That their defenses were nuts. I mean, I don't want to take away from it and say, well, it was Lunar Abyss, because Lunar Abyss beat Dads & Co. If Nocturns can keep this up, they could beat Dads & Co. As long as Lunar Abyss is happy, because if you remember back to the start of the stream, before it even started, Bun, when we were chilling with Lunar Eclipse, just talking to him, getting to other players and stuff, we're cool with you joining for tack timeouts, because they're probably going to need to take a lot of them, as Nocturns then 7-0'd them.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, y'all are goofy. But we are gonna get it ready from both sides here, and so I think if you are ready over there we should be good to get started into our second game of the night, and hopefully it won't be another 7-0 game here. And just for information's sake, Map 1 layer was Nocturne's pick. This is now Lunar Abyss's choice, so hopefully we'll see some, actually, wait, no. Was it? No, Lunar Abyss pick layer. I'm reading the defense pick stuff.
Oh,
Oops.
God.
Nocturne's
No,
pick
hopefully
Clubhouse.
it's not another 7-0.
Sorry.
I want to see Lunar
A
Abyss
little
at least win
dyslexic.
this map. If they don't win it, at least put up a good gunfight through it. Let them know that you deserve to be in playoffs. Or we just get to see the Dads & Co. Lunar Abyss rematch, don't we? In the losers bracket? I don't know. I think this team, whoever loses this one, gets the Fortnite Jam Jams. Either way, it looks like, Bun, the teams are ready to dive into Clubhouse now. It may play good here into Lunar Abyss's favor because, well, it is a more simplistic map. It is a very, very basic map. Something that a player like Cryptid should do very, very well on because it's not as rely on the team as heavily. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. He needs to rely heavily on his team for every map. But we could see Cryptid pop off here, and that's what this Lunar Abyss team needs to jumpstart them into the game.
Definitely, and I mean, it doesn't really matter what site they go to here either, considering they do have to sadly see for themselves, and we'll have a very fun little interesting first round to start us off here, but getting into it, and like you said, I'm really gonna hope that we don't see another 7-0 here. Hopefully Lunar Abyss, now starting on the defense this time, will be able to put a few rounds up and be a little bit warmed up and just find that flow state that they were able to against the Dads & Co. there, which we did see State go 20 and something, I think, for that Dads & Co. game or so. So hopefully, we'll see some of these numbers pop up as we get these bans going, and pretty generic bans we see coming out here. Kaden is on me off the board. That does leave a Mira, though. And Thermite and a Monty shield ban, which I don't think we saw a shield except for from the side of Lunar when they brought a Blitz.
No, we did see a Blitz and a Monty from the side of Lunar on that last map. Now, I like the idea that Lunar has here. You ban out that Monty, and it gives, it makes it a lot harder for them to walk up. There are the kills going on. Lunar, come on, Zivin, just do it.
Claim all 5 A's, so let's go.
Do they not know that all kills go to the casters? That's my first caster ace.
Oh, yeah. Wait, if it goes to the casters, then we're splitting it, so we both got 2.5.
Can you take the first map? I'll take the second.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, that works.
All right, we'll go with that.
We both get a caster ace. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Now, starting it into the real map here, let's see what the basement has to cook up. We are seeing 3 dudes go upstairs. There is a castle among them. So, I'm expecting a full vertical play here. Get the castle set up, play it right, Make the vertical ascent, if you will. Make it a challenge to go down. Just deny everything. It's all up to what they want to play.
Definitely. And, I mean, we are going to see a little bit of setup upstairs. Castle in play here, so I'm thinking we might see Zivin playing inside of a bar here on this castle. Really looking forward to that as well, to see how they're able to play around this. Cryptid playing upstairs and second floor to hopefully protect his teammate a little bit from any possible top floor rush clear down, you know?
Yeah. I like the idea. Keep your good gunner up top. Different to what we see in a lot of Pro League. They tend to keep the good gunners down in sight, let the guys who can just go out, chip some damage away, go up top first. Now, they do have Zivin also playing bar, and I think he should be a big impact as long as they're able to stop the heavy force of this push coming forward. Instead, though, we see Vera with the blitz, rushing blue side, down through oil pit, down through a little box, and straight into the face of all of them. Sate and Wizard both picking up opening kills, though, as Scorpion and Vera go down. Vin to find Yojin. This one is already starting out entirely different than what we were expecting. Mako, Sate with a shotgun. And it is now down to Ymir, who does pick up Cryptid. Going down blue side, where his team all just died. Looking for the long angle. Finds damage onto Vin. Instead, takes a lot back, too. And Wizard saving a Goyo to go place it down there and cover that blue push. I got a feeling we may see Lunar Abyss pick up their first round of the night down here.
I mean, everything now is up to Ymir here to get an ace. And, I mean, there was definitely an attempt for a rush, but it was a little bit of a goofy kind of rush that we did see there.
A little bit, yeah. Ymir still could clutch this one up. That would definitely hurt on my feelings right now because I want to see Lunar Abyss pick up a round. But, hey, a good ace being calmed is always a good ace. What would be really, really interesting, though... I just lost my train of thought. Never mind. Okay, they have Goyos covering everything. They still have smokes up. They have so much time on their side. And Ymir gonna hot drop himself down the hatch. Look for the swing there on the castle. Put rounds in behind him, not able to hit him. And now we'll rush up. There was a team kill. It's suddenly a lot more winnable for Ymir. Swings in, but Wizard from the doorway shuts him down and gives Lunar their first round.
And that will finally, out of 2 maps here now and 9 rounds, Lunar finally has their first round on the board here. Hopefully they can keep this up and kind of just steamroll this into possibly a win on this map for them here. And, you know, we love to see a nice little comeback here, and kind of looking forward to it if we have that.
Defenders,
Well,
protect your bombs from
the
being
only thing we're
destroyed
gonna
by
run
attackers.
into and talk about is that it is Clubhouse. It is the most basic of the basic ranked maps that are still left in the pool now, besides, you know, back when Oregon was a competitive map, it was just ranked, right? Clubhouse has filled that void. So, Lunar Abyss may be able to pick up some rounds here. We just gotta see what Nocturns and his Mako and his goon squad are gonna do about it. Old shout out to the old Mako's Goons team.
You know, and I am intrigued seeing the Mira come out again. Like I said, she's on the board, and hopefully she'll be able to get some nice information for these teams, especially if they do choose to push over from that CCTV garage side into on here.
Well, they do have Sate setting up for a bandit trick, but they never shot the pipe. That could hurt. And the crowd is going mild right now for Lunar Abyss picking up their first round win. The hard aggression pushing across now for that top garage play. They have Mako in position up there with the Blackbeard. Starting to play the cutoff across. Scorpion now coming up as well to join. Wizard still reinforcing off the wall. The execute is underway as it is a hard CC over push. B's coming in. They're going to try and clear Wizard out of position. One walking up red side. Vin will go down to Yojin. And Deimos has Wizard pinned into a corner with Blackbeard. There was nothing he could do. No escape as Ymir picks up another easy one. Cryptid is on a bit of a downstairs roam, though. Could find an angle coming up. It's up to Zivin now to hold out. Now Sate comes up to rejoin in sight. But flashbangs in. That's going to be the start of this push, I think, from those highway windows. They just got to make it clear. Pop the pipe and move. There's Mako making his break. Down to the C4. Good rip there from Zivin, able to hopefully maybe pick up some decent movement for his team. Loses his mirror window though on Gold's side. Cryptid looking for a swing here on the main breach. Instead, he's going to find nobody because they've given up that control. Yojin outside the highway windows, laying some damage over. Vera and Yojin to go down. Mako does get revived. Ymir going down as well. A double push through, but Mako is able to pick up and avenge for his boy. Let's see if he's going to get the res for Scorpion, or is he just going to TK him? Nah, he's going to go for the revive here. Cryptid going off the sound, running forward. Letting the Blackbeard take the charge. Both of them very, very low HP. Cryptid not much higher. Gets the melee, hits the shots. 1v1. Cryptid versus Scorpion. The playmaker of Cryptid, though, is able to land the shots. I believe that was, what, a 2K for him? 3K for him?
I think that was, yeah, either a 2K or a 3K here. And now Lunar, using that momentum that they had from that last round, now up 2 here. And like I said, this could possibly be the momentum that they were needing all last map here. Possibly leading them to maybe end this out in a 4-2-5-1 split. And I mean, if I'm on Lunar's side here, I'm definitely aiming for that 5-1 here, as we see both Denari and Blackbeard though off the board. Now you only have a Blitz shield really on the board left to play around, though you still have a shield at least. It's just not as aggressive as you could be with a Blackbeard there coverage-wise.
See, we see a lot of teams that tend to actually fall more aggressive when they can get that blitz, because you get the flash ability, have a teammate right behind you. It's a fast take operator. Blackbeard, as we've seen in that round play by Mako, he's just really good for getting in there, taking some space, and making a gunfight for your team. But when it came to that 1v1, well, 2v1, but the 1v1 Mako took, that Blackbeard cost him heavily. A double reinforce on garage wall from Wizard here.
Reinforce the wall.
Yep, and I mean, Mira again being brought out into play here, and now she's slowly on the board for the rest of these rounds here, and could cause issues, especially for a basement hold when they do decide to go downstairs here, as Mira is a huge operator to have for basement.
I mean,
now it looks like we're gonna see a Mira trick here from Wizard here, as he does early pop open the Mira window here, and is able to actually just shoot the ace charges off of it to keep this Mira protected just a little bit longer.
Sate went for an aggressive spawn peek out the strip side. Cryptid's going to be holding down here in the kitchen. That's going to be, I believe, their play for verticality, because we know Mako and his team like to push cross-map style. We've seen very, very little for the direct take side. So as long as they keep these bodies down here, kitchen and C4's up. Exactly what happened right there. Nocturns looking like they may be a little bit low on this one. Rounds coming in, one hits Vera. They are all on the highway windows stacked up, expecting a push. Yojin eating damage as he goes into bedroom. Instead, he's met by Cryptid again. Playmaker going big. There's 2 up for him. Looking for another. Deagle in hand. Doesn't even take the time to reload his primary. Mako to find Wizard. Swing from Cryptid, instead shut down by Vera. And now Mako's making his cross push, teammate up behind him. Like I said, this is how these guys love to move. They just go across the map to make the play forward. And it looks like Lunar may be playing this one into their favor. They just have to hold the angles and wait.
Yeah, I mean, in a situation like this, you have a mirror on the board still, and I would just say you want to just hold these crosses here and play this out.
Ooh, some damage onto Zivin as he does manage to get that castle barricade up for the highway window, which just buys you some more time. Vera's got to stand there and punch that for a little bit, and you have, you know, a C4 on board. You can just throw at it and wait. Instead, they choose not to take what could be a very easy kill. Vera's going to keep swinging out for highway side. Mako reloading the DMR. Just as Bandit goes for a swing, doesn't land it. They need to get some movement now. Get the fires in there. Do something to push this mirror window away. Flashbangs coming in to bait out this utility. Smoke going over the mirror. That's going to open up the aggression pathway forward. Both of them go in. A C4 from Vin to shut the push down as we see Lunar now 3-1 and what could be a defensive half going their way.
Definitely, and this is the advantage and steamroll that we are needing from a Lunar side here now. Nocturns unable to get a roundup after that one round that they get for free due to the E-sub here, and I mean, Clubhouse, it's a pretty typical map here, but you know, it's one that you would expect to see at least a 4-2 split on here, but at this point, if Nocturns doesn't figure something out for Clubhouse, we're going to map 3. Lunar Abyss, though, is absolutely bringing the fire here now, and we see 3 of these players actually with exactly 2 kills, 2 of them actually pairing with that 2-3, and then you have Cryptid here fragging 6-3 for his team, again being that spearhead that they need. And if you look over at the side of Nocturns, I mean, you got 3 of your players going 1 and 3 right now. Only 1 player actually positive with a 1.0 KD, and it's not looking too great from that layer start here going into this Clubhouse. Which you'd expect, you know, you win a map 7-0, you're gonna steamroll that into the next game. But we're not really seeing that too much here from the side of Nocturne. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we're just cursing things or what's going on here.
I don't know. I'm glad to see Lunar, though, able to put some rounds up on the board. We did see an attempted spray from Sate, but not able to find Mako there. Cryptid has a very, very nice hold upstairs, but it looks like they should be making a push for him as I see everybody's getting ready up on roofs with cameras. Mako taking entry out of the strip side of the map. And like I said, here's what we talk about when we say cross-pushing. They always go for one side of the map over.
Definitely, and
opening pick out of dirt from Sate onto Ymir, and that's your Grim. There goes a lot of the heavy executes. Cryptid does give up all of that verticality that he had, instead now choosing to drop it down to lounge, come down, support his team. Everyone else falling off of this first floor positions they had, and Cryptid gonna play that rat roll. He's hiding, chilling, and waiting. Mako, though, clearing pool table side, coming in, has that bar control, and it's just gonna come down to, do they know where Cryptid's at, or is he gonna have the backstab of the sentry when needed? Vertical being opened up now between the Buck and between Vera. Does get an impact trick off. Not able to land the other one. So they're now out of impacts for that hatch, except Cryptid, who is upstairs with it. Mako looking for the guy hiding in dirt tunnel. Misses the rounds. We see the cross from Sate to safety. He's out of there. Mako really not having much to play with to find that kill. It's a waiting game now, as Lunar Abyss has definitely put up a good defensive front, and Nocturnes has stalled out. Cryptid gets a run out pick there on the Scorpion. Instead, Mako with a refrag. Gonna be able to get the revive. Eugen's able to go in for Zivin. This round's starting to flip momentum a little bit. However, Vin goes upstairs, gets one, downs another, picks it up. Now it is Eugen and Vera in a 2v3. They do have the castle disconnected from everyone else, but he's holding a tight angle cross here. SMG up from Vera. Vera's just going to run right through as Vin puts up a 3K for his team. Lunar Abyss into a 4-1.
And I mean, you know, going into it here, you know, we were hoping that Lunar would make a comeback here, and it seems like they're ready to prove us right. Again, bringing that Mira out again, though, going second floor, gym and bedroom, looking to win this round out again and close us out in a 5-1 scenario. Just one round different from map 1 here, and possibly looking even for a 7-1 win, which would entail sending us to that final map of Border, if I'm getting that correct.
I believe final map is Border.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing, though. Typically, Clubhouse falls into a 4-2 split. Defense is definitely favored. It's just going to be up to which team makes that, forward-facing push for their attacks. Because right now, Nocturns have stalled all of their pressure every single time.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
See, a full
Definitely,
5-man
and-
spawn. Oh, go on.
I mean, on the side of Nocturnes, they really have to figure something out here. I mean, Vera was, I caught fragging or close to it last game. Now 1-4 and is kind of stalled out a little bit here.
The whole team has kind of struggled around finding kills for this map. Where's Cryptid? He's downstairs playing pool table. He's going to be their pressure man. And unless he's droned out right, he could have a free kill onto Ymir and Scorpion. See now, dropping around the bar. They've given up on him. Mako, though, going in. CC gets Wizard. First pick up for his team. Now we're just waiting. Everyone on this defense has just grabbed themselves an angle. They're going to hold on. Vin has a nice position here behind the little bed in bedroom. Hard wall to protect him. But he's got Yojin out here just lurking, waiting for that overpeak.
Definitely, and with that pressure from Khan, we could see an overextension possibly get them a kill here.
Well, Ymir swinging in, pays no attention to the hatch as Cryptid's able to light one up from down below. They never even bothered to clear this guy out. Now, Yojin on his drone, hopefully going to be able to find that ping. If not, it's a free easy pick. Another one for Cryptid on that window jumping for Jim's side. I'm waiting on the hot drop here as all the utilities being thrown straight at Vin. He's going to clear himself out of Logi. Cryptid going down to Yojin. A swing in from Aids. Vin hitting the flick onto him, though. Now Yojin into a 1v3 for himself. Puts damage onto Vin. Not able to take him down. Swinging around. This could go 5-1 in the favor of Lunar Abyss. Jumping. Takes Vin. But Sate's there to shut him down. W defense aside from Lunar Abyss.
Definitely, and that is the defense side that we needed to see from them on the map of Layer here. Now going into their attacks here, they're 2 rounds away from bringing us to map 3 here, and Nocturnes really has to make something work if they want to 2-0 this game. Bands coming out though, and Ace and Kate off the board are pretty typical. Are we gonna see a Mira and a Zombie off the board? I'm not too sure. Now, I have seen a lot of teams ban operators that they actually used heavily or avoided using so they wouldn't get banned, that they just said, you know what, we used it, we don't want to have to play against it. So maybe we might see a Mira ban come out. I'm not fully sure on it. We're going to see a Bandit Maverick, which walls are still basically free at this point. All you have to do is bring a thermite.
Yeah, I like it. A thermite is definitely a great breaching operator for, well, every map. The 3 charges now made him that much better.
Attackers need to locate.
And they leave him on the board and get rid of the ace? I mean, that's a bit, backwards from what a lot of teams will do lately. But
Definitely. And, I mean, granted, you still have the 2-4 out on the board. All he does is slow it out a little bit and just eat some time up. He doesn't fully nullify the attempt of pushing in and getting that wall. They'll still inevitably get it.
he may nullify the wall attempt for a little bit. But that time that he buys up, that is a massive thing for this defense. You know, time is their best friend, so as long as he can just keep buying it, I'd almost rather have him on board.
Definitely, and it looks like we are gonna see Ymir currently waiting and then swapping upstairs 2nd floor bathroom, and they do have a Yojin there playing in 1st floor, so they'll have to clear these players out fully before getting to site or risk getting backstopped.
Ymir is up on a roam now with that Scopos. Full clear required. Cryptic going down to Sate. First pick onto his own teammate, as I believe he was trying to spray through the door at somebody.
Yojin.
Bad first pick. You just lost your spearhead, who's on one of the best fragging ops in the game right now.
Yeah, Yojin made it out of there, I think, barely in time there as they were pinging him out. So those bullets ended up landing on the other one trying to pinch him out there, and not
Ymir
looking too great here.
is up in con impact, ready for a jump out here onto Vin. I think he's waiting for them to make the call of, hey, they're starting to push. Hits it. Impact out. Doesn't even see Vin, who was standing in the open droning. Now he does have the up above impact hole that he made. That'll cover his doorway into storage. He does have one playing down in that stock room. And misses the shots onto Sate. Does manage to pick the kill up right after. Man, they've got to clear Ymir out of here.
Yeah, I mean, you have to get rid of that upstairs because he will just either eventually backstab and clear you out here as we see him get another pick, or as he's on the Scopos, he could just swap back to site and say, you know what, I've wasted enough time, I can finally go back to site.
Well, we do see that final 3rd wall of church get reinforced off now because they know they don't need to keep guns up. They have body advantage. They've got time on their side. Ymir now coming down into lounge. Everyone else trying to battle out in the hallway and take kitchen control. They need to find something off this vertical and start making some picks. However, Ymir on that backstab with that scope as we were talking about. Easy gun up. One onto Zivin. Looking for the 4K. Wizard hiding in main stairs. I have a feeling Ymir's just going to go for a swing here. But he does have Yojin right down below. Yojin going to get dropped by Wizard. And Ymir's still not able to find Wizard yet. But Scorpion will.
Yep, and not paying attention to that solo walk up from behind him, which I was a little bit worried he wasn't going to be able to get that. And will give Nocturns their finally 2nd round in this game, and it's starting just to look like these teams are a lot more comfortable on the defense.
Oh, absolutely they are.
Attackers need to locate.
3 rounds out from tying this up, and Lunar is still 2 rounds out from closing this and going 3rd map here. And unless these teams can make something work on these attacks, I think we might be going OT, and it might just become anyone's game there, really, depending on who can finally win out an attack round there.
Well, who has OT decider? Who's getting the OT point? Like, who picked? For this
OT
map.
defense would be going, if I get this correctly, give me 2 seconds to go grab my lovely information here. Defense OT goes to the side of Nocturns to start them off. That means they get 2
Nocturns?
rounds of defense, and if it goes to OT, in the form that both teams have not really been able to win an attack round, except for Nocturns, they did win 1 attack round, but again, we're not gonna fully count that right now. But
Yeah, we don't count that round yet.
That would mean that Nocturns would come out still on top if this goes 7-7, and Yosha getting picked from below for that one. As we're here just yapping. Cryptid luckily on the board still here.
Yeah, Cryptid with a great opening pick. I mean, it was we were saying, though, Nocturnes gets that starting defense. I mean, it depends if they're able to lock their defense in here, if they're going to take home the crown or not. But should be at least a good battle back and forth. I'm hoping for map 3. Map 3 is like just kind of the epitome of what I want to see right now. Grenade up, red stairs. We see Sate going for the sprint up, stops to shoot the one Fenrir trap, and everyone else now starts dropping back, giving up full control of construction side. Or, sorry, cash side. But they do have that con hold. But Ymir is absolutely trapped into position. They're going to open up the con wall on him as well. There is not much he can do for safety now. Window open, red stairs push, con wall there. Talk about the epitome of being swung from everywhere and trapped in. But Vera able to put Wizard down. Here comes Ymir sprinting back for safety. He is able to get up and out of there, but Mako dropped to the highway windows, almost finding Ymir as well. Vin has definitely locked himself in this game. Cryptid waiting on main stairs. He hears Ymir. Ymir heard him. It's a shotgun versus F2 up close. F2 gets the peeker's advantage. Seen him first. Lunar Abyss may be able to win themselves an attacking round here. As Vera and Scorpion are dropped back to safety. There's Sate with the Blackbeard, letting him fly. Vera down to Zivin, and there is our first actual attacking win of the map.
And now in match point here, 2-6 in the favor of Lunar Abyss, and Lunar could win this to bring us to map 3, which I love to see another border game coming out here, as we did see one last night that went 8-7.
And 8-7 would be a good long map, and I would enjoy that. These two teams are doing very, very well.
As many bombs as they can.
Definitely, and Lunar Abyss finally, you know, like I said, that was I think map 1 was a warm up for them. Like you said, you know, one of their players just got off of an airplane, and you know, he had to warm up a little bit, and now he is absolutely frying here. 9-6. Ziv and Sate though close behind, 7-4 for both of them, and Ymir is the only one really going anywhere right now on the side of Nocturnes, going 6-6, and still, like you said, they are struggling heavily to get these picks that they're needing on these attackers.
Yeah, it's gonna be a battle right now of just outlasting the competition. See if you can keep your body up long enough for this defense. Nocturnes has struggled with for this map too. I mean, map 1, they were flying, they were floating, nobody could even touch them. Map 2, it seems like they're struggling to even win one-on-one gunfights. Maybe a little halftime adjustment's going to be needed between map 2 and map 3 if we get there. Lunar making a push already. That's a thermite that is tuber out off of main wall for now. Yeah, just go for con wall, right?
I mean, go CCTV. I think.
Yeah.
Now on con. He's on con wall now, yes.
Cryptid
And
making a walk up. Gets 2 of them off red side stairs before Mako's able to get over and shut him down.
Oh
Cryptid's
and
fast.
I mean, that's a 2-for-1.
There's Wizard, though, able to rip one off of main CC wall. Mako and Scorpion now having to clutch this map up for their team. However, I mean, Tachanka's not a bad idea. The rounds just whipping over his head. Vin able to find Scorpion. Execute underway. It's up to Mako to make something happen. Hits a spray through the smoke onto Sate. Planter coming down here now from the Monty. Just burn him out. That's what you gotta do. Swinging, but Vin's there, sending him to the Sandman, and good night for map 2. 7-2 in favor of Lunar Abyss.
And I mean, that will give Lunar Abyss a map. And now we are going into our series match point in a sense. And everything is going to come down to this border map, as it is a life or death situation here. Whoever is going to win this out will be going into that lower or upper bracket, and the loser does have to play Monday in a lower bracket here. And I'm going to get this set up here. We have border, which is over here, and then I got to make sure I have OT stuff correct, and then we're good to go.
Yeah.
Alright, Lunar Abyss does want OT attack this time on border, which would make sense as border is an attack-sided map, typically.
It does tend to fall into that way, but Nocturn's going to be starting on their attacks. Both these teams, though, have, shown out on their defenses for the first 2 maps. So, do we follow the standard Siege protocol of border being attacker-sided, or do we follow what this match has led through, which has been all the defenses?
I mean, I think it's really going to come down to how these teams are able to play around each other. And, I mean, you had a 7-0 win, and you were not able to really get any kind of coverage or any round on you except for one, really, technically. You get a free one, but I mean, Nocturnes going into this again, they have the advantage here, as again they're playing with a +1 round here going into this. Lunar going with a -1 round into this, and I mean, you'd expect if you have at least a round on the board, you should be in a better situation.
You should be, but as that last map played out, it really didn't help Nocturnes at all. They won 1 round, the whole map that actually was played.
Which, again, I'm going to put in a little reminder here just to remind the Lunar side of, please make sure y'all see 4, and, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Let's see if the teams are ready yet. If not, I'm going to probably jump myself to a short commercial again, because when I went downstairs the first time, it's like, sweet, ice cold water. Put my cup in, hit the button, looked at the tank, and the water tank was empty. Yeah, that's just my luck.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Yeah, it looks like they're not ready yet, so I'm going to take a short break on my end. Bun, entertain them.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Will do. Going into this, though, like I said, this is series match point here now. 3rd map of the night, and they have to make something work here for Nocturne's side. They have to figure something around this. Now, as we've seen, both of these teams are very defense-sided. Nocturnes, though, able to bring out that 1 round that they needed on the attack when we were on layer there, as well as still bring up 1 round on attack as well when we went into Clubhouse. And they're starting on the attack, and again, it's an attack-sided map. I'm really hoping that these attacks might be a little bit more solidified going into this, and hopefully we won't see this lopsided to where it's just a completely defense-heavy, whoever's on the defense gets all of their defense rounds, and then an OT swap here, because at that point, it does put a lot of pressure on to the side of that team that is going into their defense rounds with a minus, maybe possibly 4 or 5 or 6 rounds here, because they're not able to pull out these attack rounds that they need to, where you want to be going a 4-2 split here on border, or what I'm thinking we might end up seeing is like a 5-1 split or so from these attackers here, or well, from these defenders here, if these defenses stick up to how they're going here. Now, ban wise, I'm thinking we're going to see some more shield bans coming out, possibly some more hard breach bans as well, though we could see a Grim and a Ying ban here, maybe in Glaz, or a Ying and a Monty, something to slow down any kind of rush plan, as we have seen a few rush plans come out here on to the side of border here. I mean, yesterday we saw a rush plant with a Monty where it was a bathroom teller's site and nobody was really on site. They rushed in, got plant down, and that was the round there basically. And again, still it doesn't look like these teams are fully ready yet here to go into it, but I mean, this is the game that you want to make it here. You have Nocturns, who is I think either 4th or 5th seed here. Lunar, who was 8th seed in playoffs here, and they have to make something work here. Lunar, again, able to take the win there on Dads and Co. That sent them to lower bracket here, and looking to try to win this out here again and keep themselves in this upper bracket playoffs where they're a little bit safer than lower bracket, as lower bracket is a one and done double elimination here basically. You go from upper bracket and then you play in lower bracket, you lose lower bracket and you're out. So hopefully we'll see some good games here, and I'm hoping we'll see some more back and forth this time rather than a very one-sided kind of heavy match as we've seen these past 2 games. You know, we've seen Lunar absolutely just dominate and control on Clubhouse, while Nocturnes dominated and controlled on Layer here. Going into Border, I'm not too sure who's going to really dominate here, as it was the decider, so it's kind of in a sense, I think, let me check and see. It's kind of Nocturne's pick, as it was between Border and Fortress, but I mean, will they be able to pull this out? We'll have to wait and see here, and let's see. Still, we haven't gotten any readies in the chat yet from either side, so we're just waiting. The round 1 self kill is sadly due to the fact that they are using an e-sub. And so due to that e-subs, they have a penalty on them, and that does mean that they have to give 1 round in favor of the opposing team for every map that e-sub plays. That is just how e-subs are going for playoffs and stuff. And yeah,
What? No way.
it's a little sad, but it's okay. Welcome back, welcome back.
Yes, I am back now. Yes, I still no water in the water cooler. It is, there's water in it. It's just it won't dispense until it's cold. So I just filled it up with sink water. I'm gonna pray to God I don't die or something. I don't know.
I don't think that you die from sink water, but
Tell it to the people in Flint, Michigan.
I don't know what that's referring to.
So there was like an incident or something there. Some mining company or whatever poisoned the water and didn't intentionally do it or something. I don't know. You can't drink the tap water there, and you really can't drink it here either.
Lovely.
Oh no.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you'll be fine. Hopefully I won't lose my co-caster halfway through the match. You know, if you go dead silent for too long and stuff, yeah, hopefully somebody else will be able to
yeah, just call in my replacement.
To call for
You're good.
things.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Team's ready to rock.
We are gonna see a ready from the side of Nocturnes and a just 1 second from the side of Lunar Abyss there, as they're grabbing some water here. Yep, you gotta stay hydrated here. That's what these 5 minutes are for, basically, is that you can you can take a little bit of a break, go to the bathroom if you need to, grab some water, get a snack, stretch, etc. It's really nice for these teams, you know?
Yeah, I do like the
You're
little
sitting in a chair
intermission.
and stuff, and so it's nice to be able to stand up once every so often.
I am out of thingies.
I don't know what thingies is.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Looks like now Wizard just said that he's ready for his team. We have a ready from Mako and his team. Both teams ready? Question mark? Because I'm ready to fly in here. Lunar Abyss put up a great round that last one. Nocturnes put up a great map 1. Teams are both ready to rock. Bun, let's fly in to Border.
Oh wait, I need to.
What are you doing?
Orange tack is starting, and then give me 2 seconds. I need to make sure I have OT correct.
Okay.
Border OT is is Lunar Abyss, which is orange. Okay, yeah, we're good. Sorry.
Alright. We're good, we're good. We're flying into Border now, a map that is heavily controlled by the attacker's pace and how good they are at getting through them. Now, a solid defense can slow things down, sure, but all you're doing is just evading the inevitable. The attacking teams on this map will usually clash hard and push through. So, all that being said, Favor's currently in Nocturns, but as the series has played out, we have yet to see very many, if any, attacking round wins.
Which, for a map that primarily leads attacker-sided for basically every team that plays it here, I'm really concerned if we're gonna see it become actually more defense-sided just because of how these teams have been playing, or if this could be the nail in the coffin for one of these teams because of the fact that it is attacker-sided here. Ban's coming out though, and Castle is on the off the board. That does leave a Mira though still, and Ying and a Deimos off the board as well, and that leaves your hard breach, as well as actually shields on the board here.
I really don't hate these bans though. The attacking bans getting rid of the Deimos and the Ying just shuts down all of their ability to push forward. Zivin wasted his C4, so it's gonna be a game of find a pipe.
Oh. Oops. There's a pipe upstairs, I think. If he should be able to run upstairs. There should be a pipe upstairs by the one of these doors here. Yep, there it is. There's the pipe. He says, I want to get that drone point at least.
Had to get his 10 points, yeah.
Yep. My cam says Zivin. And there goes that round there for the side of Nocturns here. Now we get into our first actual round of the game here, and someone's C4 blew mine up. Oh no.
It was the bandit. Bandit threw his C4 and killed himself before he could get his.
Attackers need to locate and defuse the bomb.
But now we are into an actual round. They are bringing out the Denari and the Mira. Mira is so big for this map. But Castle, thank God he's banned because he controls so much of the setups around the playstyle here.
Definitely, and I mean, you do have a Go-Yo on the board here, so while you might not have a Tachanka brought out, which we have seen a Tachanka yesterday, which was absolutely, I mean, game changer getting into it, as that fire can stall out almost anything.
Well, we seen Mako, earlier in the night playing Tachanka as well. So, hopefully Lunar Abyss maybe decides to take follow there. Sate going for a spawn peek long angle. Letting it rip against Scorpion in his DMR. Or no, that's Ymir in his AR. Sorry, I thought I seen Scorpion spraying back too. But long angle battles out of the way, you know, it is what it is. Yojin's going in passport side for the early clear bottom square. Make sure it's good for his team. They want to start taking up that east side of the map. It's just going to be a slow walk to get there, and Scorpion eats a ton of damage as he crosses. Mako taking a round or two as well as he goes in. The shotgun was being played because Wizard wanted to make some holes. And, I mean, I like Wizard's setup. I don't know who it was who's battling Mako, though.
Ymir is battling Ghost here though, as well as Cryptid at the same time. Cryptid will finish his kill though, is gonna get finished off by that nade.
Well, good pick. They get the C4 off board from down below, and that's their Valkyrie as well as their main spearhead defender and attacker. The dude knows ball and he's good at gunning. It's got to make this push forward. A hot drop down the hatch here from Zivin. And he's looking for this backstab up top square.
Which 2 of these players were on cameras just momentarily. There's 3 of them here, none of them actually watching for any stairs walk up, so Ziven could get a kill if he went that direction, but decided to go around and set up main stairs.
You know, as good of a hero play as it is to walk up those back stairs and pick the kills, it's better to reinforce your team. Because he took some pressure off and gave Vin a good swing into Mako. And that's your Grim now pulled in a 3v4 situation. The attack is very heavily stacked up for Office's push. Vin, though, absolutely trapped into position. His only choice is to swing. Because he is being swung up to a 2K. Laying damage over onto Vera. 2v4, Scorpion moving in. Ripping rounds at him. Does manage to get that pickup. And it gives Vera now a safe jump through. He's in, taking some control. DMR Sate with a headshot onto Scorpion. And Vera has the bomb chassis control. Ziven dropped back. Sate looking, just holding an angle, playing passive. Wizard gonna get picked, but there's Sate for the swing. I think Lunar Abyss is here to play.
Definitely.
Okay, I just got sent the shopping list. That's cool. I'm too busy to go shopping right now.
Attackers
Nice,
need to locate
nice.
and defuse bombs.
Again, though, we are going to see what Mira brought out here again, which is a huge operator on the defense side here. Cryptid bringing out a Solus here as well. And this is already starting to look very much sided towards Lunar Abyss here, who's on that defense now as they've won 1 round. And it seems like they're bringing that fire from last map into map 2, or map 3 here. Sorry.
Well, map 3 all on the board. It's all about making splash plays from here, right? Cryptid, usually the man to do it. So far, doing good. Looks like he's going to be playing himself a bit of a roam onto the detention side. Go in there, lock down passport, play customs. You know how it is. Just make yourself a force to be reckoned with on this side of the map. Make them have to clear you. That way they take even longer to get up through that vertical. Instead, though, Nocturns choosing to just, hey, we don't got to worry about it. Vertical presence matters more.
Up and running.
Ymir is down here in customs, though. He knows he's not alone. Cryptid, though, isn't droned out, isn't pinged out, has West Main, has that control and presence here. But Ymir is waiting. He knows that it's too good to be true. They have too much map control for it to be this free. Vertical is made right above Scorpion. They're not able to lock him out yet. Cryptid will find Ymir. Good first pick for his team. As we see Lunar Abyss already locking this map in for themselves so far. Playing very, very well. Wizards able to find Vera. Eugen's eating a ton of damage. Scorpion to go down, but Ziven also got dropped. Long angle. Wizard trying to maybe swing for Mako. Mako goes deep. Scorpion to find Vin. Trading lives back and forth into a 2v3. Cryptid has still that backside pressure. Mako with the DMR to find Wizard. Scorpion looking for Cryptid. Has him pinged out. They know where he's at. Flash going in. Mako doubling up now as they want to push to clear. Sate, though, from the workshop brings his drone down. Gonna go for some pings out for his own team. Setting their live ping. They know what's up from the other side. And Cryptid's going back up above to play the vertical. Firing from Mako instead. Cost him his life. He gets dropped. Cryptid still just chilling above Scorpion. Scorpion has got to go for a swing onto him here. As they exchange gunfire, no one's able to land any shots. Scorpion now backing out, jumping around. Sate, C4 out, doesn't land it. Drops to safety inside of Tellers. Cryptid still has that break room up above. Doesn't even worry about where Scorpion made the rotate to. They do have live pings. They do have a drone. Hot drop down from Cryptid, eating some damage. Sate goes for the swing as Lunar Abyss pulls another round in their favor. I'm telling you, this is all the defensive battle, Bun.
At this point, it really is becoming just a defense battle here as these teams are fighting for who can win out their defenses and get that one attack round that they need there. And I mean, going into it, you know, I mean, it's gonna put Nocturns in a possibly 5-1 situation again, unless they can get an attack round, which didn't seem to work out too well in their favor there when they were swapped into defense here. And I mean, Van's coming out, Capital is off the board, as well as that Valkyrie, and I mean, it still leaves the Mozzie on the board, which they were also using heavily for information, but it does take a little bit of information off the board, as we are going to see, though, that Mira still is going to remain on the board here with that Cade, and could continue to cause some issues here.
The Mira has been an absolute win con for Lunar Abyss these last couple of maps. I mean, Nocturns refuses to ban her, and they just abuse her every chance they can. They're gonna use that power. And Mira is an absolute game wrecker. So if you're on the side of Nocturns, what do you try now for your attack? What do you come up with?
I mean, Nocturns, you have to figure out something for your attack here, and honestly, if I was sitting in their position, you have to clear out these people upstairs and have to be able to get that first pick, because really what it's coming down to, I think, is it's just very lopsided pick-wise, and maybe if they can get a first kill on the board, get that early man count advantage, maybe the round could go in their favor. You know, get that momentum, get that energy going, and make it where it's enough that, you know, it could get them around.
We do see Nocturns for the first time pull the Monty onto the map. Looks like they might try for an execute here, default plant style or something, you know, just get somebody in this building. And the execute being called commences. They move in with that ram. Monty jumps in, causes damage. Vin gets a great pick there on the Mako. It slows him down, even if it is only temporary. Sate eating some damage. C4 in, hurting the Monty, not able to drop him. Sate swung down by Ymir. And Vin is still just tangoing with this Monty. He's waiting. He knows that this Monty wants to aggress him, but the holes in the floor are going to prevent that so much because you have Wizard who's down here with a shotgun ready to go. Vin will drop off and give so much room to this attacking team. And they now have all the shotgun vert that you guys made earlier on. That may be a round coster right there.
I mean, 4v3 situation, and definitely not the worst, but definitely doable as we see Vin now even the scoreboard out to a 33, and I don't know if I've jinxed things yet, but I might have. I'm a little worried if I did.
Don't worry, it's the caster's curse. We do it all the time. They've got live pings on. That is Cryptid, who's walking up. Pre-fire swing there from Scorpion to shut him down. Drone work needs to key in just a little bit more. Instead, now we see Wizard take Scorpion's head off. These guys have got to figure out where these last two defenders are chilling at. You know that they've got to be close to sight. Instead, they're just letting them have space. Monty walking in through main door. Smoking everything off. Smoking for his plant. Gonna try and turtle himself into the corner here. The smoke not able to land to cut him off. And there is Vin in behind. Lunar Abyss gonna pick up another round. A 3K off of Vin, who is definitely heated up for these last two maps.
Definitely now, though, that is going to give another round to Lunar Abyss here, and I mean, something needs to be figured out from the side of Nocturns here. You're now down 1-3 here and need to bring this back into a 2-4 split in some form, as we are going to see a timeout actually called from Nocturns, which means I think we are going to be hopping over
Yep.
to their call to listen in on how things are going.
I'm gonna shut my mic off right now.
Be ready for the aggression. Be ready for the over-aggression that they'll do. Remember, we'll play the neutral and punish game as what we'll do. And remember, we'll play the Fury on defense once we get there. That's how we're going to have to play this game.
All right. What's it called? They're gonna go what, Armory this time? Right? What were they looking at CC? Like last
We are finals bound. We do not fucking settle for semifinals. Keep that goal in your head. It's fucking payday this league, okay?
our
So keep that in
penises
your
are
head.
bigger.
Word.
It's fucking
What did you
payday.
say?
Let's go, boys.
So the mentality here from the side of Lunar Abyss is this thing is already over. It's payday, boys. It is payday. Finals bound and away we go. On the Nocturne side is just fixing some of the mistakes. Punish the over-aggression, and we have seen that out of Lunar a couple of times. Vin goes for a lot of very heavy swings. We see Cryptid pulling the same maneuvers. Punish the aggression.
Definitely. And I mean, there actually isn't really a player going too wildly aggressive this time. Most of these players are mostly even on the board here. I mean, Scorpion and Vin very close here. Scorpion 4-3, Vin 5-3, and all the rest are kind of even-ish with each other or so in some form.
I say, how was the Nocturnes tag timeout? Just all about punishing, kill them when they overswing us.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's very much about punishing, but I do think that they were talking about playing things a bit closer in their playstyle, as we already are going to see though. Yojin here playing close to Sate, who's in bathroom, and I'm thinking he's aware of it due to the sound calls, as we also see this Blitz here who, if not careful, could get killed. Sate is going to take down the Blitz, but able to get the refrag there, and Mako getting one as well. Could that be another way for them to try to bring this round back up, as it looked really good for her on the last round, but they just weren't able to play it out.
That was a very nice collapse from the side of Nocturnes there. Sure, it cost you a shield, but you did punish their overaggression. You punished the player off site. It's now going to be just about taking that space. You have it available to you. You still have hard breaches. You get another easy kill as Ymir gets a good swing up onto Wizard. Again, back to the punish the guys who aren't in sight. He was out. He was holding the extension. Instead, he gets slammed down for it. Rotates being made now. We do see a very slow walking Yojin coming up the main metal stairs. A swing from Ymir looking to try and find Zivin. Instead, just shots trading back and forth. Swing in there from Scorpion lets the DMR sing onto Vin. Live pings now onto Zivin. Shutting him down as Nocturnes are able to pick up another attacking round. Is that Thunder Coach Thunder? Probably. Nocturnes has a lot of things they could try now for this last attack. Instead, my best bet, just play it smart, play it smooth, keep it sailing. You know, don't be over aggressive, don't be flashy. And just don't try anything dumb. You know, just do or do not. Do not try.
Definitely. And now though, Nocturne's finally able to get another round on the board here, like I said. And I think that's the fire that they're going to start needing to be able to get these rounds. You know, getting that roam off the board, getting those early picks, and then using that to their advantage, steamrolling that, keeping the man count, and it ends out really well in their favor. Now, can they keep doing that? I really hope they can here. Maybe that can bring it to a 3-3. So again, Nocturne's not in the worst spot in the 4-2 split.
For Lunar Abyss, though, I mean, map 1, we've seen their attacks get absolutely stifled at every chance. So, do you think that chip is still on their shoulder, or... Because if Nocturnes are able to pull this to a 3-3, that makes it a very, very easy map, I think, for them to walk away with a win here. The way everything's been playing very defensive-sided.
Definitely. And, I mean, Wick housings have been going. I mean, possibly, but then again, you know, Nocturnes went 7-0, but then lost 6 or 7, what, 2? 7-1?
Nocturnes lost 7-2, correct, yes.
Yeah, and Yojin already inside the building here now with 1 pick on 1. He knows where this guy is for cryptid and has already done a decent bit of damage, and now they have complete control upstairs except for one other guy, which is Seven, who's just playing tough here, who honestly I think could make a move if he plays it smart and keeps tough, but not going to be able to, as, I mean, Ymir's just going to clear out that window, which is honestly pretty smart from him.
I'll say, Vera moving really quick with this Blackbeard shield up in front of them. They have that full verticality. They really don't have anything to, you know, excel with the vert, nothing to rip it all open. Doesn't really matter much as it is down here for the Teller's side, but Mako up and off is going to slam down Cryptid, looking to find another one as the swing here from Vin, but punish it as Yojin up above. 5v1 against Sate. The only thing you can do here is just try for the ace. Go for the TikTok clip, right?
And I mean, you still have one that's second floor, actually 2 second floor, and then the rest inside, except for one waiting outside that window. He's got so much on his hand, and I hate to say it, you have a shield as well, and honestly, it is not a winnable situation that I would see a team bringing out there when you're in a 1v5 against a Blackbeard shield. Diffuser is down. I mean, it would take a miracle to bring that out here. And now that does send us in that 3-3 split like we were talking about. Next ban phase coming out, and if this continues to stay where it's very defender-sided, and Nocturnes is able to keep up and get 4 defense rounds, that'll clear it out in Nocturne's favor.
Oh, excuse me. I got the hiccups. Yes. So, bans coming in. We do lose the Ying and the Azami. That might upset Nocturnes a little bit. We do know they do have an Azami player on their team.
And second ban's coming out, and Castle again off the board, and actually we're gonna see a solid snake ban come out, which I don't think I have ever seen a solid snake get banned off the board here before.
Well, hear me out. They have Cryptid on their team, who has been an absolute menace on Solid Snake. Look back to map 1. That was his bread and butter for most of his kills. Getting rid of that early forces him onto the Deimos, who, sad to say, but doesn't quite have the weapon class that Snake does. That F2, that little new pistol, I mean, those things, they melt. The AK, sure, it's good. The pistol got a couple nerfs here and there. Kind of puts Cryptid at a disadvantage, and it seems like that may be what they're targeting. Aim for the weak point.
Definitely, and I mean, I will say, you know, you see Goyo coming into play here as well as this Thorn, 2 really nice operators for their traps here that are able to play their traps quite well with, again, you know, I have to say, Thorn with her update is still, again, absolutely just a pain to have to deal with here, and I am curious about the Oryx, though. I think that they were planning maybe for them to try to bring a shield.
Typically, there is a shield rush that's brought here. Instead, they do elect, no, we're going to go for a cross-push style. Deimos, though, in a bit of a bad spot, but he gets free walk into Armory's side. What can they make a play for here? Cryptid is in free, has some control. All the guns are currently facing the opposite direction, not even worried about him. Almost an opening pick for Yojin. He just didn't squeeze the trigger. Zivin's going to take as much advantage of that as he can. Cryptid in the sneak side. Down goes Scorpion. 2 picks, easy up. Ymir, though, able to fry down Vin. Gets away to safety in office. Instead, he's met by Cryptid, who says, hey, this is mine now. But currently below in workshop, and the collapse is starting to happen all around the map, forcing Mako and Vera back to safety. Instead, they're met with Sate, who does damage to Mako, gets the kill onto Vera. Mako to a 1v3 that he made for himself. And there's the Warden being tracked by the Deimos. He's running up close on door to Zivin, shotguns away, hits the round there. Damage being dealt now by some of these thorn traps. Grenade on from Cryptid. It's going to be just a little 1v1 dance around. With Mako holding this vert, though, has some possibility to maybe walk away with one. Gets down in, sees the ace, pop the canister, but Cryptid is right there.
And that will again finally send a round this time actually in an attacker's favor, putting Lunar on that upper hand here now 3-4. And if Lunar can keep this up, they'll be able to take this and now be the last lead in the playoff bracket, now going into what would be, what, quarterfinals?
I
Semifinals?
believe this will be quarters.
Semifinals. This is quarters, so it would be going into semifinals as the last seed bracket against the 3rd seed bracket here, which is a hell of a comeback here from Lunar if they're able to do that. I mean, you know, you come back from the bottom and they are absolutely frying things out here.
Well, in the, you know, eternal words of the great Master Yoda, size matters not. And I mean, we're seeing that right now as this bottom seed Lunar Abyss has toppled giants. The little guy is striking upwards. I mean, if Nocturns falls or falters here, this is the underdog story of the century, bun.
Definitely, and I mean, could this be what they are needing here? I mean, definitely is looking like it here, and Mira, though, coming into play, which, again, I mean, she's a huge operator for it here, and already aware as well, though, of a Brava on the board, as a Melusi is going to get taken from that.
Well, we do have Wizard prepping up with that blitz. I'm expecting a quick rush here, as they are right outside the balcony, waiting to move forward onto Yojin. Yojin, though, has the head angle with that Mira, can make the plays forward, has got to get rid of this Twitch drone, though. He does manage to get rid of one. They still have one more left in pocket. And if he loses his Mira, he's going to lose all hope to hold. Second Mira gone, or Twitch drone gone now. This Mira is here to stay, unless, well, maybe Vin can throw an ace charge at it. But that's going to entirely change the way this push is going to happen. Look at everybody rotate and start making that play. Hey, maybe we can just take the CC side of the map. Excuse me.
Now, they do have one to worry about. That is upstairs now, has moved over to... I'm not too sure where they moved over to, but was upstairs on that top rafters. Actually, that would be Ymir who got taken out. And, Favor is in the side of Lunar here.
Absolutely, right now they do have that momentum off that round win. They're happy off that last map. Cryptid up on the little bit of a roam, or I guess you want to call it a lurk play. gets the one, but as he comes up metal stairs, he's called out, spotted out, and Scorpion gets that pick. We hear smokes popping. Now Wizard needs a little bit of damage as the Blitz is making his way forward. But safety is not there. There's a guy hiding behind the mirror window, and Wizard will go down to Scorpion, defending Mako with everything he has. Mako is the win con for this site right now. They need to clear him if they want any chance to push. And they will get it as Zivin does get a good swing in there. Vin able to help him out, lend the assist, get the pick into the 3v3. Sate coming up metal stairs on the backstab. Running in, he is met by both Yojin and Vera, who were just standing there watching Zivin to go down. Now Vin moves over, gets Yojin, good pick onto him, and there he is, shut down by Vera as well. Or was that a pistol tap to steal the kill?
I'm not too sure. That might have been a pistol tap to steal the round there.
Either way, Nocturns, you know, hopefully going to shift the momentum back into their favor.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Yeah, and I mean, 4-4 now, though if Lunar keeps it up with them taking the advantage, that would still end up meaning they would win the 8-7 situation here now if it gets to that. And I mean, looking at how things have been going here, it's not looking the greatest for the side of Nocturns. Now they are bringing things back up. Lunar still had a huge round there, 4-2 that they were up, I think, or so. Was it 4-2? No, it was 3-3. Yeah, it was 3-3. And, I mean, maybe we're gonna see a flip-flop back and forth. I mean, you have Scorpion and Yojin there going 8-4 and then 7-5, but you have Cryptid and Vin going 7-7 and 7-6.
Well, Yojin's looking to maybe take fate into his own hands here with a spawn peek office window. The Blackbeard walks up, has no idea there's one close. Now he does, managing to get the drone in just in time for the Blackbeard to switch his focus and worry about Yojin. What is the play forward here? The attack is moving that east side, pushing forward and up, but they've got so much map control that they need to take. We do see Sate, though, who's coming through custom side, making big splash plays forward. Zivin has main hallway under control. Sate to find Vera, early opening pick. As the Blackbeard starts to walk forward, Scorpion is there. C4 out, C4 ready, lands it into Wizard's lap. There is no magic left for him this round. Cryptid spraying, able to find Ymir, though, as he still has a lot in him. Zivin, though, to go down to Scorpion. Scorpion being a one-man army that they've got to battle out of upstairs. Instead, he chooses to save the life, get out of there. Mako makes the move. Cryptid goes down 3v2. Sate able to find Scorpion as he rotates, though. Sate had that excellent side angle stab in, getting some control, had all their cutoffs as needed. Vin needs to move across and help his teammate out here quick.
I mean, if he does drop down the hatch, he's going to be dropping right into two of these players, or at least one of these players, waiting for the drop here. And this could end poorly for him now, though. They're both pushed out into this main area, which is giving currently site control over to these attackers.
They gave up a ton of room there, and the defense is moving upstairs. They have the hatch control now. Sate ate a ton of damage there from one of the thorn traps. Vin's able to slam Mako down. With 30 seconds left, he's going to maybe try and tuck in for a plant. Yojin, kind of scared, has really not a lot of room that he can get over to Mako and get this res off. However, Vin is not watching. Gonna start going for the plant. Yojin making the smart team play. Revive your teammate. Vin did bait that defuse just a little bit. Mako's now up. All they have to do is just go get him before he gets this diffuser down. Play up above. Vin's able to get out. Oh, never mind. I thought he went for the window. No, instead he goes for main door. Met by Yojin. Slammed him down. 2K on the round. Picking him up. Mako. Don't you get that diffuser? That's Yojin's. Very good team-based round out of Nocturns, getting that revive up, winning the clutch situation, putting themselves now in the lead for this map, winning 2 defenses straight.
And I mean, now going into it here, and 5-4 in the favor of Nocturns as we go into our next ban phase.
Sorry. So, who do you even think we should get rid of? I mean, the Valkyrie has been very big for Nocturne so far.
I was gonna say definitely the Valkyrie, and I would think maybe we might see a sneaking suspicion of a Brava, as they did use her a little bit, and it was causing a bit of issues with the utility loss there, and so I mean, definitely some great bans here, and
I was more expecting a Buck or a Twitch.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused.
I mean, I could see a Buck or a Twitch as well coming out here. But I know from at least a few previous rounds and stuff, there was a few nuisances from some of these Malusi traps that they had placed that had been changed over by that Brava. And again, you know, Valkyrie though, a huge choice off the board. Though again, another one that I would say could have been a Thorn.
I was just about to say, the Thorn has been very, very impactful for this Nocturnes team. Just the damage being splashed around. We now see them leaning heavily into traps, though, as Yojin breaks out the old cap can. Stacking 3 up on a door to at least confirm a kill. Gonna spread the rest around. So maybe that was the whole point of the Bravo ban, is so that we can play a cap can.
Honestly, if it was, it's definitely a smart thing to go for here, and I think we were possibly gonna see a spawn peek there, but nobody really spawned over in at least line of sight currently, such the camera's gone. So we aren't gonna see a run out here though. Claymore set down, and there is a hop out from site window that could get a nice kill.
Vera taking a little battle here against the Monty, as Monty wants to aggress himself forward. And as he pops the fire, Zivin comes in from down in that little passport room to take him out. Down below is Cryptid on that sledge. The soft destruction as he wants to move himself across the map quickly. He could find himself a free, easy swing here onto Mako. Mako tucked in corner of bathroom. Cryptid still just slow walking it up. Making a lot of noise as he goes. Mako to hit the shots, but goes down as Cryptid just has the aim on point right now. They gotta hurry up and move these guys in.
That site, I think, that they have control of, and now they will have to fight one on site, but it's a 1v2.
Ymir made some big plays up top, but he just got a little bit over aggressive to put that last guy down. Honestly, his play there, just keep buying time. They know you're up there. Let them have to clear you. Instead, now drone work coming in. They know exactly where Yojin's playing. He sneaks himself in to the safety of the corner of sight, and that sets them up for some good swings. But back around bathroom side, what can Yojin do? Looking for drones. That's his main concern right now, is to make sure they don't get him droned out. Vin coming in. Looks like he wants to go for the plant. Shield up. Cover the window. Drone right under Yojin's toe right now. Seconds turning into minutes as it is all taken down. Sate has him absolutely pinned, but as soon as Sate pulls off the drone, Yojin swings out around. The jump through from Vin is met by a thorn trap. Sate goes in, takes some slight control, has diffuser in hand. Yojin from behind shuts him down. Nocturnes up to match point of 6-4.
I mean, from the from the side of Nocturnes, there is going to be a mention about a secondary window, which would have given them a little bit more cover to hop in as they were watching for the further out window. But again, this is going to sadly now put us in a match point here, and
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
now they have to do everything in their power to try to bring back 2 rounds here from Lunar's side to at least take this to OT.
I'm seeing this match as being called the Fumble Olympics. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because this match really hasn't been fumbled away by either team. Both teams have been playing a very, very solid game of Siege for this map. Now, Border, yes, we tend to say it does always lean to the attacker's side, but right now Nocturns are moving like a well-oiled machine, flowing around one another, and a lot of that is aided by the Thorn just being able to deny space and time for the team to get to where they need to be. What could be the very last round, let's see what Lunar is able to cook up for this attack. Sate to be spawn peeked and down to Ymir though. That is a bad start to this round.
And Yojin here waiting again for a run out here a little bit early though on it as they got on the rappel here, and now Zivin almost taking off somebody else's head as well there. Oh
He
my
finds
God.
another quick peek into Ymir. I think onto Vin, Ymir is just ready to, maybe call it a map. Cryptid down in Passport, has that bottom square control. Looks like his job might be, hey, maybe swing in for Ymir or something. And it's good positioning by him. Ymir setting up now for that top balcony swing. Should be covered by Cryptid. Ymir knows now there's one pushed in, one deep for east side stairs. He's going to go around for the sneak play. Gets right in behind where Wizard is. Wizard, does he know? Is the question. He has to as he comes in for a peek. He does manage to shut down Ymir, but a ton of damage taken just for that kill. It's opening up now right below Mako. There is nobody else off site. They are all just holding and waiting. Cryptid bottom metal, waiting for the call to sneak up. That is his goal here. He knows that these guys like to play hard for fountain control. Grenade up from Cryptid. Now he's going to see what he can find. That buys Vera's attention now to watch and wait for his metal side. That's where the push is going to come from. Heavily droned out. We hear the Grim Bees coming in. They are starting to move forward. Cryptid going to find the kill or a down onto Scorpion. Eats a ton of damage too in trade. Zivin swinging up, eats some damage. Mako is low and he is holding close. Vera still just laying down, playing on his fountain. Pinged out, droned out. They know where he's at. Rounds are coming in. Scorpion going to be finished by Zivin. Deimos will go down. Grim to find Vera though. 2v2 for is a very, very close round. Wizard will get picked though by Yojin. Zivin is now up to a 1v2. Yojin 13-5 adds another one, going up 14-5 to close out map 3, 7-4. What a very, very, very close game that was. Bun, you good?
I am good over here, and I mean, that is definitely one hell of a game to go into. Sorry, I did get distracted by one thing real quick as I was looking at some information for some things. And I mean, a great game to end off here. And that will send, if I remember correctly though, that will send Nocturns now into the semi-finals of upper bracket, and Lunar Abyss now having to play against in lower bracket FNJJ. So we'll see who goes home from that one on Monday. Again, though, we have another game on Sunday here in AGL. We have back-to-back basically from, it started on Friday. We have Friday, today is Saturday, tomorrow and Monday for playoff games here. Upper bracket and lower bracket. We have, I think, 4-year cast in that one tomorrow.
I am.
Should definitely go check that one out and give some support there. We'll have Dads & Co. versus Malevolent, and then on Monday, which I might pick up depending on the time if I'm able to, we'll have Fortnite Jam Jams versus Lunar Abyss. And going into next week, we will have Black Hole versus Nocturns.
That should be one very, very interesting battle between those teams. I cannot wait to catch it. But hey, thank you guys all for coming out, supporting both me and Bun. This has been one heck of a series. Stick around in Bun's stream because I believe you are going into another match, right? 10 o'clock?
You're getting dragged with me for it, but
Alright.
yeah.
Check us out, guys. We'll
So,
be back at 10. Till then, we'll catch you on the next one.